Memotics. Noun. The study of memory. Much of the public sphere knowledge of memory is falsified. In truth, memotics involves metaphysical and extra-dimensional concepts, the knowledge of which is, as of writing, barred from public access. To begin, let us establish units and terms. The Infoplane is an extra-dimensional plane of spacetime in which information exists in a particle-waveform state. This plane is an extension of our own spatial and time dimensions. Traditional matter and energy are unable to enter or exit from the Infoplane. Only information can be transported into it. This is done through a memotic ground. Memotic grounds are objects within physical space that are able to generate a connection to the Infoplane. The brain, a certain type of synaptic endings specifically, is a memotic ground, using the Infoplane as a storage location for memory information. Information that can be manipulated through a ground is called memotic quanta, and always exists in one of two states: scalars or vectors. Memotic scalars are unable to move within the Infoplane, as they always remain attached to a ground. Memories naturally exist as scalars, allowing for them to be stored and retrieved freely by the brain. In certain circumstances, a memotic scalar can be detached from its ground and allowed to move freely within the Infoplane. These quanta are referred to as memotic vectors, as they have a direction of travel within the Infoplane. Memotic vectors are naturally created due to phenomena such as Alzheimer's disease. Every quanta creates an amount of distortion within the Infoplane proportional to its magnitude, amount of information. This distortion creates an effect parallel to that of gravity, causing vectors to be attracted to one another. Informational inertia rules that vectors of greater magnitude will require a greater force to move the same amount compared to a lesser magnitude vectors. There is a purely theoretical type of complex vector, called a memotic feeder. These are sentient entities that exist within the Infoplane, and are able to consume memotic quanta, increasing their magnitude. Theory would suggest that memotic feeders would act in opposition to the law of informational inertia, which has left many researchers skeptical of the existence of such entities. As a memotic feeder consumes quanta, it becomes more agile, able to travel within the Infoplane with greater force, and greater ability to alter its direction. Within the Infoplane exists a special type of topological phenomena called a singularity. It is currently unknown how these form. The hypothesis that currently seems to hold the most weight would be that these singularities formed alongside the formation of the universe. Memotic singularities are infinitely dense vectors of zero volume and indeterminate magnitude. They create an immense gravitational force, attracting all nearby vectors. Singularities are slightly affected by the gravity of other vectors, but this is negligible. It is unknown what occurs when two singularities interact, as they have only been observed to exist extremely rarely. The distortion on the Infoplane that singularities generate is strong enough to puncture a hole, creating a pseudo-ground. Vectors can be expelled through this hole, entering the physical dimensions as a self-contained essence, referred to as a physical quanta. This is the only known way for quanta to exit the Infoplane. If memotic feeders exist, they would likely gravitate towards singularities. They would act as optimal sources of quanta for feeding. There is a single singularity that exists within the Solar System, and its effects are apparent globally. All local vectors will gravitate towards the singularity, and exit as memotic essence at a specific location. This location is now known to be RPC 131. Currently, the only known way to cause a scalar to become a vector is through use of amnestics, memory-altering agents that, for practical and general purposes, erase memories. In reality, these memories are not destroyed, per the law of conservation of information.